clicked on this YouTube because you're a people pleaser and it's holding you back from your health and fitness goals. I find people pleasing is one of the most damaging things we can do, not just for ourselves, but also for our health and fitness. So if you're on a fat loss journey or trying to build muscle or whatever it might be, and you want to get consistent, but you just can't seem to because you put everyone else's needs before you, buckle up, go and grab a drink, hydrate, get some water, get something good, sit down and take notes. So people please for multiple reasons. It tends to come from low self-worth. It can also just be that we're glorifying and gratifying our self-worth onto others. So our obsession with everyone thinking we're great and everyone thinking we're the nicest person in the world means that we lower our own needs and own wants below everyone else's. It obviously can also just come from being a busy woman who just naturally puts everyone else above themselves. Mums, I find, are really bad for this. I've been an online coach for almost 9 years and 99% of my clients are mums, and I do find they are the worst people pleasing. So speaking as a previous people pleaser, and I'd still say someone struggles a little bit with this sometimes, here's some advice. I've always found saying no really hard. So if someone says, I need you to help me with this, or can you help me with this at a certain date or time, and you know that that's when you're going to get your workout in, or that's when you're going to do your food shop, or that's when you're going to do something, it always feels really awkward to be like, no, I need to work out, because it's hard if you're in the people-pleasing stage to always justify saying no. So instead of saying no, I say yes, but. Yes, but. And what that means, I can go, yes, I can help you with that, but I still need to get my workout in. Or yes, I can do that, but it's going to be half an hour or an hour past when you needed it because I need to do this. Don't get me wrong, obviously, again, kids, family, those situations are a little bit different, but this is more like friends or people that just don't always respect your boundaries. I think it's really important as well to reframe selfish as sustainable. None of us can pour from an empty cup, and if you're drained and you're giving your energy and time to everyone else around you, you will burn out at some point and you'll be no good to anyone. So it's not selfish to say no, it's not selfish to say yes, but, and it's not selfish to make sure your needs are also met. It's going to make things sustainable, and it's going to allow you to be consistent, and it's going to allow you to be a better mum, friend, best friend, partner, wife, whatever it might be. One thing I'd also do is try and notice and look at when guilt is like riding your decisions. So I used to be really bad at this, but my business was a really good one. I'd always, like, if someone needed a call at a certain time, or, you know, even a sales call at a certain time, I'd always bend over backwards to make it happen, to the point where I then wouldn't get to do my food shop that day, or I wouldn't get a chance to go outside that day, or I wouldn't get a chance to do whatever it was I had planned for me that day. And I'd end up sort of resenting them, but also the decision to like fit that time in, even when I didn't have that time, was purely led by guilt. So it never felt very good. It always felt a bit icky. I then felt about icky. I always would like end up a bit resentful as well, even though it's not their fault, it's my fault. So always look like, is your decision to say yes or please that person, is it coming from guilt? And if it is, those are the ones that you need to change. I think it's really important as well to detach your worth from how helpful you are. I've always loved being called helpful or useful or valuable. I love people that say like, thank you. And, you know, I've always prided myself on that. And don't get me wrong, it's something I still obviously try and do every day, is be helpful. But I think it's really important to find worth in other things. So now I find worth in being a good partner. I find worth in being a good dog mum or a good stepmom. I find worth in other things and other areas of my life, like my own health and fitness goals. And when you build your self-worth up in those other areas and you take away the value from just being someone that helps someone 24/7, that can be really powerful. I also want you to model behavior that you want others to respect. So when you're consistently prioritizing your health, people will adjust. They'll get used to it. I'm quite lucky that most of my friends know that I'm a health freak and it's kind of what I do, it's my thing. So I've got to the point where that's the identity people know of me for. So they know that if I say, sorry, that's my run day, I can't do that day, they'll respect that because it's something they've seen and it's modeled behavior. So if you're struggling with this, try and model the behavior. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. A bit like with the yes, but, that becomes easier the more you do it as well. And just remember that overall, every time you say yes to something you don't want to do or don't have the time or energy for, or something that you're doing just out of guilt, you are saying no to yourself. You're taking away time and energy and or either or both from yourself. Now, again, there are circumstances. I'm not saying like be someone that doesn't help anyone any of the time. I'm definitely not saying don't show up for your kids or your mum or whatever it might be. But it is not selfish. And I don't know about you, but the people I respect most in my life are the ones that are really helpful, really kind, useful, nice human beings, but they also have exciting things about themselves. They're also people that are achieving things. They're people that are showing up for themselves. They're confident. Like, that's the people that I want to be around. And that's what people want to be around for you as well. So actually learning to build your own confidence, your own self-worth, take it away from just always helping others and putting that time and energy into yourself, I truly believe always comes back around. this last year I've been on a real people-pleasing journey, and the best thing I have done is prioritize myself. And it might be small actions, it might be really small things, and I'm not perfect. There's the odd time where I'll say yes to the thing, something that doesn't serve me or actually is a waste of my time or actually doesn't feel very helpful. But as long as I reflect on that and go, okay, that was made from guilt and I have now sacrificed this, but I can stop, this is what I can do next time, then that's okay. So it's a journey. It's not an overnight thing. If you've been a people pleaser for years, I've been a people pleaser my whole life. It does take some time to redirect, but I promise you can. If you found this helpful or people pleasing is something you struggle with, drop me a message. I'll put my pre-application form below to contact me. If you'd like any help or coaching on people pleasing specifically, and if you struggle with this, just know that you're not alone and you can break it, change your habits without being a horrible human, and you will get so much further in your own health and fitness journey.